Hi, welcome back to the Working Mom, where we talk about the successes and the challenges of being a professional as well as a mom. Today we're going to talk about the killer of productivity and success, whether being a professional or in your home life, and that is procrastination. So we want to talk about why do we procrastinate, how do we overcome it, and then why is procrastinating bad? Because many people will say, oh, pressure makes diamonds. If I wait till something is due, then it's always better. And that's not generally the case. So let's talk about why do we procrastinate? And there's many different reasons, and it really comes to the individual person and the individual task at hand. But it starts with what are our driving motivations and what is our emotional state when we look at what we have to do. And so we have to look at, are we afraid of doing the task? Are we afraid of failure? Are we afraid of just the actual work itself? Maybe it's a very large task and so it feels very daunting and so we don't want to do it. And then sometimes it's just boring. We procrastinate things that are uninteresting to us. They might still be important things to do, but they might be uninteresting things to do to us. And so what I really want you guys to think about when we go through our tasks lists, don't be so task oriented, be outcome oriented. So when I have a large project that's due, don't look at the individual steps and find that those individual steps are daunting or boring. Look at what the outcome is going to be. I am going to complete this project. I'm going to present this presentation, and maybe I'm going to get a promotion, or I'm going to work on this storage project and at home. And as soon as I get done with the storage project, my life is going to get easier. So the sooner I get into this project, the sooner my life will be easier. And so focusing on what that outcome is, as opposed to the tasks to get that outcome, can really help be that first step to not procrastinating an item on your to-do list. Second, how else can we overcome the terrible quicksand that procrastination can be? And it's something that I've said for 4 years, and it's discipline in one area of your life makes it easier to have discipline in others. And so what can happen, so if we back this story up a bit, if what generally happens, we have something to do. A teenager has some homework to do, and then they're finally going to clean their room. They're going to do anything else except this one thing that they have to do. So you feel busy, but you're really not tackling what is important for you to be doing. So when I say have discipline in one area so you can have discipline in other areas, it's that routine practice of staying on top of things so that when it comes time to tackle a daunting project or an unwanted project, you don't have this other, list of things to do that can draw your attention. Also, you have to understand what are the steps to get there. So now I have my outcome. What is my first step? Have I clearly identified what that outcome is? And have I clearly identified what is the very first step to get going on the project? Because just like with working out, it's just starting to go to the gym that is the hardest part. It's not the last 5 minutes of your workout that is the hardest part. It's always the first 5 minutes. So just getting going and taking away any obstacle to prevent you from getting started will really help to break that procrastination cycle. And finally, I want to talk about why is it bad. I've heard many people over the years say they believe that if they procrastinate, they produce better work. And I think that's a fallacy. It allows someone to tell themselves it's okay that they procrastinate. But as people, we have an inherent need to be productive. And we have an inherent need to feel successful. If we deny ourselves that ability to feel productive and that ability to be successful, i.e. complete a project on time in a stress-free environment, we are denying ourselves some of our very basic human needs. And furthermore, we're denying ourselves that ability to grow as well. So say this task that you have to do is cold calling. You got a cold call, you hate doing it, you find 100 other things to do instead of cold calling. Well, for a lot of people that is rooted out of fear of someone telling them no, or someone being rude to them, or offending somebody. But until you start the task of cold calling someone, you don't know really what's going to happen. So what a lot of people do is they find something else to do. But as soon as you start the activity, you realize, hey, I'm actually okay at cold calling. Hey, that wasn't so bad. Oh my gosh, did I get a new presentation opportunity? And, depending on your sales cycle, a month later, you've got a new client and you've got a success. You can pat yourself on the back. First, you faced a fear. Then you learned you had a skill you didn't have. And then third, you had a success out of it. So it's really important to look at procrastination as a negative. It is truly a negative attribute to a success, whether it's at home or whether it is in the office. And so let's start looking at eliminating all of the mundane work, either if it's important at work to delegate, if it's important at work to shut your email off for a while, get through the mundane busy work that we all have, and then jump into have that cleared out so that when it comes time for the task, for a big project, you have the focus in order to tackle it. And then it's just being disciplined at work, being disciplined at home to addressing those kinds of projects and not really delaying it and denying yourself the personal victory and the personal self-growth. So those are my tips for procrastination, and I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment box. I'd love to strike up a discussion on whether procrastination really makes diamonds or whether it makes poo-poo, in my opinion. So please like the video if you found it useful and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys soon. Have a great day.